A Fist of Fury Award winner. They've been so far and few between. Cinematic class is about to begin, and the professor is in. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you new to these reviews, or just to refresh the memory of many of my longtime fans, because there have been so few of these films in the last few years, the Fist of Fury Award epitomizes excellence in film entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, these are movies that you do not mind spending the price of a ticket to go and see. They are movies that you will readily put into your home video collection, and they are movies that you can watch over and over again and still find enjoyment out of them. And we have a winner for this year. I think this is only the fifth one so far this year, with Justice League. This movie is absolutely great. I can't tell you how much fun I had watching this movie. It is a solid film from beginning to end. The pacing on this is absolutely marvelous. It has a decent story behind it, especially for somebody like me who got away from the Justice League and comics decades ago. So a lot of these characters were new to me, particularly the character of Cyborg. I never remember him being in the Justice League. I go back to the days when Green Arrow was in the Justice League. And, I didn't know anything about Cyborg. They introduced this character well. I thought he fit in real well. His tie-in with Krypton, I thought, was pretty good. I enjoyed this whole thing. It was very, very smart and very, very well done. And there are also a lot of references to older films in the series, going all the way back to Michael Keaton's Batman Returns. So I appreciated this thing an awful lot. I thought it was great. I want to give you a little bit of insider information here. Word went out to critics. As you know from reading my reviews and my commentaries, there is the woman agenda. The woman warrior agenda is big in Hollywood, and whatever you do, you can't say anything disparaging about women. So little memos went out to critics along the way that regardless of whether you wrote a positive or a negative review on Justice League, you were encouraged to say something positive about the character of Wonder Woman. So you may see a lot of critics do film reviews saying, this whole movie is a debacle except for Wonder Woman. Or, geez, even as great as Wonder Woman is, she can't save this movie. You'll see a lot of this. It's not necessary. It really isn't. It's paced well. I said every character has his own scene or scenes where they can shine and show off their abilities and what have you, and they all interact with one another well. This woman warrior agenda that's flooding Hollywood, although you're aware of it now and you'll see it in many reviews, it's bogus. This movie stands well on its own, and there's not one particular character that either carries this thing or doesn't carry this thing. But on an aside there, I will say that I really do like Ben Affleck playing an older, middle-aged version of Batman, and there's a lot of references to his earlier exploits. This movie is just plain good. More important than the woman agenda, I think, is the director's agenda. As you know, this was Zack Snyder's film, and then he had to leave it because of the death of his daughter. This is certainly, trying times, what have you. Joss Whedon came in, and, from watching these guys and make their movies, it seems to me like this movie has an awful more of Whedon in it than it does Snyder. Now, they've given the director credits to Zack Snyder, and everybody kind of agreed that they were going to do that beforehand. There was a rumor going around that when Whedon came in to take over the job, he was not pleased at all with the footage that was shot and the way the story was being developed. And the going buzz around Tinseltown was that Whedon actually shot about 80 to 85% of the movie over again so that it could fit what he wanted to do. I kind of believe that because this movie really plays well like a Whedon movie, and it's not quite as stiff as a Snyder movie normally is. You can judge for yourself. I think Whedon had a very big influence on this, and I think it helped the movie an awful lot. This thing is great. I would go and see it again in a heartbeat. It was that much fun. Make sure you stick around. 2 additional scenes during the credits to set up everything else. a Fist of Fury Award winner for 2017. This is one of the best movies of the year. You gonna like it. And now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.